Yo guys, what's up? I'm just gonna head outside of the mall real quick and I'm gonna talk to you guys. So just give me a second, okay? I just need to get out of the mall real quick. I don't wanna be here. I need to get back to the car. Let me just get back to the car real quick. Oh wait, I'm almost here. Just gotta get back to the car and I'm gonna talk. Holy shit. Okay, so guys, listen. I literally, oh my god. I'm like, my whole day is stressful. My whole night stressful. Everything is stressing me. Life is just not stable right now. I'm getting in and out to debt. I'm getting in and out of debt. I'm doing all this bullshit that doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to be a good person and stay stable, and I can't do it at all. But anyway, let me explain something for you guys. Basically, my friend just told me, he's like, oh, my friend. You even saying my friend, it wasn't my friend. My buddy just told me, he's like, bro, my viewer just told me, he's like, bro, you're saying Taco Bell is the most healthy fast food, but actually changed, it's actually Booster Juice. So I went and got Booster Juice because, to be honest, even yesterday, I was so sick. I don't want to be sick anymore. I want to feel good. I want my immune system to feel good. I want to feel alive when I walk around. I want to start my day with something other than bullshit coffee. Guys, look at my hair. Look at this side of my hair. Like, brother, I want to start my day. Oh my god, my car smells like shit. I wanted to start my day with something that's not just coffee, fast food, everything. I got this Booster Juice. Guess what? It has 23 grams protein. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to start my morning. And you know what, guys? That's like a beautiful way to start my morning. Just eat this Booster Juice. It's called Strawberry Storm. 23 grams protein. Makes you feel good. I feel alive. My recommendation, when you start your day, start with Strawberry Storm. You know what I mean? I just started the car. Listen. You guys listen. Listen, guys. When you start your morning, you want to be positive. You want to have a routine. Of course, you have to start your day reading a book. These stuff are all headache, and it feels like, oh, there's a headache. I shouldn't read a book. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. Let me tell you the truth, guys. The routine of rich people are always a headache. They wake up, they wash their face, they shower. If I was broke, of course I don't want to do any of that shit. Of course I don't want to get a haircut. Of course I don't want to do any shit. I'm broke. Why would I do that? But the routine of the rich people, they're always active. That's how they made the money, from being active, from not being lazy. This is a start. You don't have to read a book that has to do with money, but you have to read a book that's actually at least non-fictional. Something that has valid information. Because if you do that, you take yourself seriously, you read a book, you oil change your car, you wash your car, you do all this shit. I have to go wash my car right now. I'm gonna go wash it. Why? Because I have to take myself seriously as a human being. I have to go shower, I have to go do my hair, go do everything. So I look serious as a human being. This is the routine of someone that's gonna be on top, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna briefly read chapter 4 of this book. And the book is damaged, I'm upset. Chapter, the name, okay, I'm gonna try to slow down here. The name of chapter 4 of the Psychology of Money is called Confounding Compounding. Okay? That's number 1. Okay. Lessons from one field can often teach us something important about unrelated fields. Take the billion-year history of ice ages and what they teach us about growing your money. Our scientific knowledge of Earth is younger than you might think. Understanding how the world works often involves drilling deep below its surface, something we haven't been able to do until fairly recently. Isaac Newton calculated the movement of the stars hundreds of years before we understood something of the basics of our planet. It was not until the 19th century that scientists agreed that Earth had on multiple occasions been covered in ice. There was too much evidence to argue otherwise. All over the world sat fingerprints of a previously frozen world, huge boulders strewn in random locations, rock beds scraped down to thin layers. Evidence became clear that there had not been one ice age, but 5 distinct ones we could measure. The amount of energy needed to freeze the planet, melt it anew, and freeze it over yet again, it's staggering. What on earth literally could have been causing these cycles? It must be the powerful force on our planet. Sorry that I took a pause there. I'm trying to understand the information from this book. Like, in school, when they told us to read books, most of them were fictional. Most of them were fictional for English class. I hated it, and it made me drop out of my university English class. It was all about love stories. I wasn't able to take it seriously, and I ended up uninvesting myself, and I went into college level English when I was supposed to be an academic student. That was one of my breaking points. It was lots of work, lots of writing, and when I went through the content, it wasn't serious. Here, I'm having the same issue in this book, where it's like, it's talking about things that are kind of unrelated. I would much prefer a shorter book with less detail, get me more straight to the point. But I guess this author just wants you to analyze these examples. This person is saying that one field can often teach us about an unrelated field. The example here is somehow that the ice ages and the history of the ice ages can teach us something about finance and economy and the growth and GDP, stuff like that. Growth in the economy and financial. I'm gonna skip to the next page so I can try to find out what's going on. If I don't find any details in this next page, I'm gonna just end the video. And hopefully the people reading this as I narrate it find relative content. But give me a sec. Okay, here in the book, they've highlighted a scientist's theory. We're gonna see if we can relate to this and see if it relates to something that has to do with making money. And hopefully it does. Milankovic, there's someone named Milankovic's theory initially assumed that the tilt of the Earth's hemispheres caused Ranvious winters cold enough to turn the planet into ice. But a Russian meteorologist named Vladimir Kopin dug deeper into Milwaukee's work and discovered a fascinating nuisance. Sorry, these terms are very hard for me to pronounce. Moderately cool summers, not cold winters, were the icy culprit. It begins when a summer never gets warm enough to melt the previous winter snow. The leftover ice base makes it easier for snow to accumulate for the following winter, which increases the odds of snow sticking around in the following summer, which attracts even more accumulation of the following winter. Perpetual snow reflects more of the sun's rays, which exacerbates cooling, which brings more snowfall, and on. With a few hundred years, seasonal snowpack grows into continental ice sheet, and you're off to the races. To be honest with you guys, I'm gonna probably end this video here. This is the psychology of money, chapter 4, called confounding and compounding. I don't really understand what's going on here in this part of the video and this part of the book, so I'm gonna have to end the video here because I'm gonna have to skip to chapter 5. So far we briefly read chapter 1, 2, 3, and now 4. But I'm an honest person. I'm transparent. I don't want to ruin my image, but I don't understand anything from this chapter. This chapter is going over theories that have to do with the Ice Age and science, but this is a book about finance. So I don't really understand on that point. But to be honest, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, the healthiest food now in Canada, the healthiest thing to start your day with is not Starbucks, it's Booster Juice. Booster Juice and Starbucks are the same price. Thank you.